Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be discussing an American thriller mystery film Sci-fi. Spoiler ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie opens in the desert city of Baghdad, where a squad of military operatives, led by Lu Feng, arrives on a mission. Lu meets with the head of an oil factory who used to manage the operations there. The factory's workers are facing constant attacks, prompting Lu's team to intervene and assist them. The factory's leader informs Lu that around 400 individuals need rescue. Their goal is to move these people from their current location to the safety of the Green Zone. Next, the story shifts to a village where we meet a man named Chris. His brother pays him a visit and presents a lucrative opportunity, a mission that promises substantial rewards. The task involves abducting individuals traveling on a bus. Chris, however, declines the proposition, as he has always upheld a moral standard. Meanwhile, Owen, a resident of the same village, is introduced. Owen is skilled in extracting water from the earth, a crucial ability given the water scarcity in the village. Driven by his deep affection for his fellow villagers, Chris requests Owen's assistance in extracting water for the community. Under the burning sun, Owen struggles to extract water from a well, his efforts in vain. The poor villagers suffer in the heat. Owen suggests to Chris that obtaining some funds could facilitate the water extraction process. In response, Chris commits to procuring the necessary funds. Meanwhile, in the factory, Lu and his team strategize. Their mission involves rescuing the factory workers and guiding them through the perilous highway of death en route to the safety of the Green Zone. Though a shortcut, this path is fraught with danger. Subsequently, the factory leader takes precautions by locking down the entire system, storing crucial data on a pen drive, and safeguarding it in his bag. The bag is entrusted to an assistant, who is none other than Lu's estranged daughter. Their relationship had soured due to Lu's absence during her mother's passing, fueling resentment and hatred. As the journey progresses, the group is transported to the Green Zone aboard a bus. Soon they reach the highway of death. Witnessing the grim scene, Lu's daughter is gripped by fear, aware that no one has ever emerged alive from this harrowing passage. The highway is strewn with wrecked cars, victims of past accidents, casting a haunting atmosphere. Leo instructs his team to maintain vigilant observation from all angles. The bus cautiously advances, but encounters two obstructing vehicles in its path. In response, Lu's daughter suggests halting the bus at this point. Lu, however, remains resolute against the idea. He asserts his understanding of the situation, insisting that they must not stop the bus here under any circumstances. Escaping this situation is urgent. As Lu directs the bus toward the blocked cars, a powerful explosion rocks the area, instilling fear among the passengers. Undeterred, Lu maintains his course, pressing on. The buses are constructed from a unique material, rendering them impervious to bullets and bombs. Lu informs his daughter that their plan involves blending into the midst of these vehicles. Progressing further, Lu notices an immense sandstorm approaching, yet his determination remains unwavering. Despite the threatening sandstorm's approach, Lu fearlessly steers the bus forward. Amidst the chaos of the sandstorm, Chris and his team exploit the situation to their advantage, commandeering a bus, a move fueled by Chris's financial need and his agreement with his brother. The convoy halts its progress as the sandstorm envelops them. Amidst the tumult, it becomes apparent that one of the buses, along with the oil factory leader, is missing. A team member informs Lu that they witnessed the missing bus heading in a different direction. To expedite the search, Lu arranges for a helicopter, determined to locate the missing bus promptly. His daughter urges him to accompany her on this mission. Lu and his daughter use a helicopter to search for the missing bus. Not far into their journey, they spot a truck and realize that the sandstorm was a deception orchestrated by the enemy using the truck to facilitate a bus hijacking. Later, Lu spots their bus. Following communication, a team member informs Lu that 5 individuals, including the factory leader, have been abducted by Americans from the bus. In response, Lu reconnects with his team, directing the remaining buses to make their way to the Green Zone. Meanwhile, as Chris and his companions advance in their car, Lu deploys a bomb from his helicopter. In a countermove, Chris opens fire on the helicopter, causing it to distance itself due to the threat. A fire ignites within the helicopter. Chris has transported his brother to a desolate area, where he confronts him about the perilous nature of the mission and the relentless helicopter bombings. Owen, Chris's friend, arrives at the scene and confesses that he is the mastermind behind the mission, orchestrating the entire plan. He reveals his involvement in the kidnapping of the oil factory leader as well. The motive behind all this was to infiltrate and manipulate the oil company's systems, thereby gaining control and reaping substantial financial gains. The oil factory leader had also deduced that Owen was responsible for the relentless attacks on their facility. This realization prompted the factory leader to orchestrate the kidnapping while en route to the Green Zone. Chris confronts Owen, expressing his disbelief at the enormity of the plan. He renounces his support for the scheme and demands his payment to leave the situation. Owen insists that a few more tasks remain to be completed before Chris receives his payment. Chris's brother attempts to pacify the situation by suggesting that some unfinished tasks remain. However, Chris remains firm in his demand for payment within the next 2 hours. He departs resolutely. Following Chris's exit, his brother confides in Owen, affirming their need to proceed without Chris. However, Owen's intentions take a sinister turn. He betrays Chris's brother, murdering him, and then commands his departure. In the aftermath, Chris returns to his village, harboring anger towards his late brother for misleading him. Seeking solace, he joins children in play. In an unexpected turn, Lou arrives, revealing his mission to save his people. "I'm aware you've taken them hostage. My people are in your custody," Chris asserts, to which Lou retorts, "I'm saving my villagers too." Chris's primary motive was only money, driven by the need to secure water for his community. Owen's scheme aimed to gain Chris's support, but ended in betrayal. Subsequently, Lou departs the scene. Later, Chris stumbles upon an abandoned factory, discovering his brother's lifeless body. Lou also arrives, sparking a tumultuous clash between them. The altercation intensifies, with Chris and Lou exchanging blows as Chris suspects Lou's involvement in his brother's demise. As danger looms over Chris's brother, Lou acts swiftly to protect him. This reveals Lou's innocence in his brother's death, placing the blame on Owen. A sudden onslaught of bullets forces them into a firefight against Owen's hired henchmen. Despite the odds, they manage to repel the attackers, utilizing a bomb that results in a significant explosion. The assailants flee, leaving destruction in their wake, including Chris's car. United by their common foe, Chris and Lou realize that their sole target is Owen. Determined, Chris announces his knowledge of Owen's current location, solidifying their pursuit. Meanwhile, Owen has the oil factory leader and several of his associates captive at a facility. Attempting to access the system, they encounter a code preventing their entry. Owen inquires about the code, but the factory leader remains tight-lipped. Frustrated, Owen resorts to violence, executing 2 of his own people to intimidate the factory leader. Terrified, the factory leader is coerced into revealing a crucial piece of information. The code is stored on a pen drive. However, he confesses that he's unsure of its current whereabouts, recalling only that he entrusted the bag containing the pen drive to his assistant. The factory leader's son suggests using his mother's phone to track its location, hoping to find the bag's whereabouts. However, the bag, containing the important pen drive, is currently held by Lou's daughter in Chris's village. Back in the same village, Lou receives news that the remaining people have successfully reached the green zone. Lou's daughter questions his trust in Chris, prompting Lou to vouch for Chris's integrity, emphasizing his altruistic nature. Meanwhile, Chris discovers and retrieves Lou's diary, engaging in lighthearted banter about Lou's affection for his daughter, highlighting how fortunate Lou is to have her in his life. In Lou's diary, there are pictures of a woman, prompting Lou to clarify that the woman is his daughter. Chris apologizes for the misunderstanding. Lou opens up about his daughter's resentment towards him due to his absence when his wife passed away. He reveals that his participation in the mission is driven by the desire to rescue his daughter, who works at the oil factory. Chris reassures Lou, expressing confidence that they will overcome the challenges and save everyone. Their conversation is interrupted by the sound of approaching thugs. They engage in a confrontation, realizing that these goons were sent by Owen. A group of armed individuals arrives, intent on seizing the factory leader's bag, which Lou's daughter was holding. The thugs, armed and holding the villagers captive, demand the bag, which contains a pen drive holding a system code. Reluctantly, Chris hands over the bag, and the assailants depart. This decision infuriates Lou and his daughter. Chris justifies his choice, explaining that he couldn't jeopardize the lives of the entire village. The next morning, Chris approaches Lou's daughter, inquiring about the contents of the bag that she was hesitant to surrender. Lou's daughter reveals that the bag contained a pen drive capable of hacking all the systems in the oil factory. This hacking would enable the illicit transfer of Baghdad's oil to any location, facilitating oil smuggling on a massive scale. The culprits could sell the stolen oil to various countries or cities, making it one of the most significant oil thefts in history. Meanwhile, on a German ship, the captain engages in a phone conversation with Owen, suggesting their involvement in the scheme. Chris and Lou have left the village, but Lou's daughter expresses doubt about their ability to thwart the entire operation single-handedly. Driven by her determination, Lou's daughter commandeers a car and follows Chris and Lou. The goons, too, have reached Owen with the bag. Owen instructs the factory leader to use the pen drive to unlock the system. Upon insertion, the entire system comes to life, initiating its operation. Owen orders the process of filling oil onto the German ship, a task requiring 24 hours. Later, Chris and Lou arrive at Owen's factory in their truck, engaged in a tense confrontation with his henchmen. Lou skillfully eliminates Owen's men while perched atop a pipe, displaying remarkable prowess. Unbeknownst to them, Owen secretly observes the unfolding events. With the oil successfully loaded onto the German ship, Owen orders his men to swiftly depart the factory. Chris enters the facility, engaging in a lethal confrontation with the goons. His attention is drawn to Owen attempting to flee, and he gives chase. During the pursuit, Chris encounters Lou's daughter, who has arrived in a car. Together, they continue to trail Owen. Inside the factory, Lou confronts Owen's goons, using his cunning to outsmart them one by one. Amidst this, the oil factory leader arrives, lamenting the dire state of affairs. Owen managed to extract the crucial data from the pen drive, resulting in a significant loss that needs to be stopped. While pursuing Owen, Chris attempts a daring maneuver with his car, and Lou's daughter follows suit, but her car crashes. Chris expresses frustration at the state of the damaged car. Lou arrives in a truck, and they continue their pursuit together. In the truck, Chris shares a shortcut with Lou to catch up with Owen. They also equip the truck with a rocket launcher, which happens to be the same truck previously used to create the fake sandstorm during the bus hijacking attempt. Chris finally catches up to Owen, ramming his truck into Owen's vehicle, resulting in a massive explosion that leaves Owen severely injured. Seeing Chris, Owen flees in his car. Lou calls Chris back to his truck, and Chris hangs from the truck as they approach Owen's car at high speed. This action stabilizes their truck's control. Using a rope, they attach Owen's car to their truck and steer both vehicles towards a trench. With Chris suspended from the rope, their truck accelerates, and the combined force propels them towards the trench. Owen initially finds the situation amusing, but the weight of the connected vehicles causes Owen's car to lose traction and also plunge into the trench due to the strain. After letting go of the rope, Lou and his daughter land on a rock while Owen's car plunges into the trench, leading to his demise. Lou and his daughter are unharmed and assume Chris is dead since he's nowhere in sight. However, his diary catches Lou's daughter's attention. Finding a picture of herself and her late mother inside, Lou confesses his deep affection for them and his regret about their separation. Lou's daughter embraces him emotionally. Suddenly, Chris resurfaces, gripping Lou's leg from beneath the debris. They successfully pull him to safety, all three surviving the ordeal. Now, they're left pondering how to escape their current situation. An idea strikes Lou's mind, creating a loud commotion to attract assistance. Time passes, and a German ship that had been seized, the one Owen used for his oil scheme, arrives at the scene. The villagers in Chris's village now have access to water, a feat accomplished through Chris and Lou's collaborative efforts. The villagers rejoice. Later, Lou's team approaches him, inquiring about their next mission. Chris assures them of his unwavering support for all future endeavors. With this, the movie's storyline concludes on a promising note. Thank you for watching our recap. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and feel free to explore our other recaps.